Yes, excellent. So, just a quick recap. I think we just did a short recap. I just want to recap because it's just one day past. We learned the most essence of the knowledge in the ninth chapter, where how to fix mind on Krishna. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna told that it's man mana bhava mad bhakto mad yaji mam namaskuru Mame Vaishyasi Yuktavyam Atmanam Mat Parayanaha. So he's concluding this chapter with this shloka where it's the most essence of the essence that you please worship me, become my devotee. And you have to start your devotional service. Krishna is saying how you can start your devotional service, and also he gave the an example of a pure devotee. And how to fix your mind on Krishna. And also in the conclusion of the 10th chapter, we saw that Krishna is saying, I'm all pervading. And he describes all the opulences, how he's all pervading. So Krishna on his own, he explains, Arjuna is no more asking questions. But here, Krishna is on his own explaining how he is he's pervading, all pervading, and also how to fix your mind and remember Krishna. And always again, Arjuna again and again ponders, can I see that all pervasive form? He's now wondering, can I see that all pervasive form? Is it possible to see that all pervasive form? And that's how we are able to connect to the universal form. And apart from that, in the 10th chapter, we also saw 8 shlokas. Four shlokas from 10.8, 11, 12, 10.8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So those four shlokas are the Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita, which shows how you can attain Krishna. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. And the starts with that. So you have to learn those four shlokas. They are a must. You must learn those shlokas. It's a must learn shlokas, and that's how you can pray to Krishna, is what he is saying, where it's showing the Sambandha Jnana, Abhidheya, and also the process of attaining Krishna, and how pure devotees attain Krishna, and how Krishna reciprocates. The most important part, how Krishna reciprocates with the devotees. Although we don't know yet because we have not practiced devotional service, when you practice devotional service, you will know Krishna does reciprocate. He gives the knowledge, dadami buddhi yogam tam. He says, I will give the knowledge for you. If you are, taking one step, as Vidisha Mataji says, if you're taking one step, I will come 100 steps ahead. So this is how Krishna is all pervasive, and also he's giving us the knowledge from within and outside as well. He sends a guru. He sends a guru and he gives you the knowledge. So we don't need to be educated. All we need to do is endeavor that I want to perform devotional service, and immediately sends Krishna sends. So you should be pure at heart to ask, please, I want to learn this knowledge, and immediately Krishna appearance in front of you as in the form of a guru. So in the 11th chapter, just a short snippet of what we are going to learn today. Arjuna requests Krishna, and he says that please, can you show me how I can see the all pervasive form? How you're in everything? How is it possible that you're in everything? And hence, in the next few shlokas, that is fifth shloka to the 14th shloka, Krishna is showing or displaying the universal form. And later in 15th verse to 45th verse, he's Arjuna prays. So after seeing the universal form, Arjuna is praying. So he becomes very, very submissive, and he is, after seeing his wondrous form, he's seeing how he's all pervading, and all he's all pervading everywhere. So Arjuna is very, very okay, now I can understand that how he's everywhere all around us. And he's also showing the armed form, the four-handed form is also shown after that. So it's the most exciting chapter. So Arjuna, first shloka, who would like to recite? Raghav?
Where is Raghav? By the time I try to click on the screen flips over. Yes, Raghav.
Yes, I'm getting a message on chat that I'm going too fast. These slides will be shared, and also our videos are uploaded on YouTube. Please revisit because there is a lot to cover during the classes. We can't be going slowly,
Maybe we
but
can.
we will try to go a bit slow. Yes.
Yes, Raghav.
अर्जुन उवाच मद अनुग्रहय परमं गुह्यम् अध्यात्म संज्ञितं यत् तवायुक्तं वाचस्तेन मोहोऽयं विगतो मम.
Thank you. Can you please read the translation also?
Arjuna said, by my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled.
Anyone else want to try the shloka also?
Anyone else want to try the shloka? Okay, Shreyash.
Arjun, um, Arjuna unvacha mad ungaraya parmam guhyamam adyatyama samjitam yatarva kotam vakastena mohoyam vigato mama.
Thank you very much, Reyes. We can take one more recitation.
Yes, Paridi. You want to try? Okay, let's ask Ayush. I think she's not able to unmute.
Arjuna uvachamad arugaya paranam guhayam adhyatama samatyam yatstivaskyam vakastena mohoyam vigatomam. Arjuna said, by hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about the most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled.
Okay, I'll take another 1 minute or 30 seconds here, how easily we can read. So the first line, it's Arjuna va cha. And it is not ka, it is vacha. And then you have mad anugraha paramam. So read two letters and join them and keep adding. That's how it is easy. Okay? Yes, go ahead.
Thank you very much. So here Arjuna is saying by hearing the instructions. So the first and foremost is from the beginning we have been stressing one thing is the faith and the hearing. So it's very very important that when we get this prasad of somebody is giving you the knowledge of hearing about Krishna, we should always be submissive and give our 100%. Only then we can understand Krishna. And if we are hearing it from the inappropriate or the incorrect people, even our devotional service, the little bit that we have, might get contaminated or spoiled. So we have to hear from the right source. Source is from the Guru Parampara. Krishna authorizes Guru Parampara, and we have 4 Guru Paramparas which we learned. So do not hear anything other than the 4 Guru Parampara. So kindly given by me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now dispelled. So Arjuna is confirmed. He's confirmed that yes, my illusion is now gone. So we have to come out of this illusion by taking the lotus feet of the Guru. Until we take up to a Guru, we cannot understand these subject matters on our own. Even I used to read the Bhagavad Gita book for a very long time, but if I don't, unless I could accept a Guru and unless I could, take the shelter of a Guru, I could not understand and hear and understand the way it has to be. Even now, I'm not able to understand. I'm still trying. So we have to take the shelter of a Guru, but at least whatever little bit that we understand, it has to be coming from a Guru and their blessings. Can one of you read this, please?
O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you entered into the cosmic magnification. I want to see the form of yours. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self.
Thank you very much. So the question is how Krishna is all pervading. I've received a question that how Krishna is all pervading. Pervading means how he's entering into everything, how he's entering or how he is able to hold everything around him, and we cannot see that from our normal vision. We cannot see that. But how is he holding everything in the universe? That's called pervasive. He's into everything. He's inside the material bodies and also he's outside the material bodies. Uh, how is he spread across? Pervading is how he's spreading himself across into everything. So here Arjuna is requesting that please about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. I have heard these inexhaustible glories. And O greatest of the personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position,
It's your
I'm
mom. Your chapter में कृष्ण को cosmic form here see करने को तो ये टा रामर chapter हो भक्ति योगा में एकदम धेरै राम्रो chapter हुन्छ.
So here we see that the supreme form, though I see you before me, your actual position as I have described yourself, I wish to see you entered into the cosmic manifestation. So he's able to see him in front of him in the two-handed form, and also he is able to hold everything. How are you here in front of me, and also how are you holding the cosmic manifestation? If you think that I'm able to behold your cosmic form. So he's so nicely asking, if you think that I'm qualified and if you think I can hold this cosmic form, oh my Lord, oh Master of mystic power, then kindly show me this unlimited universal form. So he's requesting in such a nice way. He's not demanding. It's not easy. It's not like he's going ahead and saying, you know what, we can just not go knock the doors of the Lord and say, just show me your universal form. It's not like that. He's not asking like that. He's asking so nicely, if you think I'm qualified, please show me. Can you show me the universal form? So he's submissively asking. The question comes, why Arjuna wants to see the universal form anyway. Arjuna is already so polite and he's so nice to Krishna, and also he is submissive and he's also surrendered. But why does he want to see Krishna? Can any one of you answer? We have we have the options in front of us. What do you think is the reason?
I
Please
think
raise your hand if you wish.
it is number 2.
Considered Krishna himself special. Okay. Anyone else?
What do you think, Arman?
I think number 2 too.
He considered Krishna himself special. Okay.
What about you, Kavin?
Wait, what question Mataji again?
The question is in front of you. It's why Arjuna wants to see the universal form. Why do you think Arjuna wants to see the universal form?
He considered Krishna himself special.
Okay.
Let's ask Nitya.
Second option, he considered Krishna himself special.
Second option. Yeah, Nidhi, you have any other answer? You are the second option.
Option 3.
Option 3. Okay. Aisha, what do you think?
It's either option 2 or 3.
It's either option 2 or 3, or either all of them. Okay. Let's ask Ayush. No, Ayush, you're muted. You're muted.
I think it's 2 and 3, but I'm sure it's not 1 because Arjuna believes in Krishna completely.
Okay, everyone is saying option 3, option 3. Let's hear Mataji.
Yes, so he considered himself special. Yes, he considered himself special. He considered Krishna himself special. Yes, he does consider special. If he's considering special, he doesn't have to see the universal form. he knows that he's special already because he's already submitted himself to him. But the most important part is he had to convince others. In future, we have many who would be, if you remember, we started the Bhagavad Gita saying that Arjuna is asking these questions as per our development of faith. As and when he saw Krishna, he had a different faith, but now his faith is increasing. Now he's completely submitted. He's turning so deeper and deeper. But at the same time, they are doing this for our sake. This Bhagavad Gita is a book for our sake, for us to understand what is it that we need to do in our situations. So they want, in future, if somebody comes and says, I'm God, there are many people who come and who will claim I'm God. So we should be able to understand that there are certain qualities that Krishna has. There are certain things that Krishna does for the sake of his devotees, and those are very special things that Krishna is doing for us. And if at all any person says I'm God, we should be aware of what are the things a God has, what are the qualities a God has. And that's why, to convince other people who consider Krishna to be an ordinary person, many people think um, otherwise. They don't think that Krishna is very special. They don't think that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. They think that he's just any one of us. Maybe he's just a bit like Superman, like he's just having a little bit of superpowers. That's not true. So just to convince others, if somebody's saying I'm God, they should show the Vishwarupa. So here, to set a criteria for future, if someone says I'm a guru and I'm also God, there are many gurus nowadays who say I'm the God and I'm also guru. So they say that I'm actually I can actually perform many mystic things. Many people can do mystic things because of the yogi siddhis that they have acquired by doing performing certain austerities and also penances. You get certain benedictions. They can perform that and they can get it, but they cannot show the Vishwarupa. And Srila Prabhupada says that he is the servant of the God. So this is the mood all of us should have, that we are infinitesimal because we are very tiny. Krishna is so huge. Remember, we said that we are atomic. Anu, we said we are atomic, and Krishna is Vibhu. He is, magnanimous. He is very big. So we cannot compare ourselves to Krishna just by meditating how the fake gurus would say, I'm God, and by doing uh, some kind of yoga, they can become gurus. That's not possible. Let's take the next clue. Okay, who would like to read this?
Yes, Asha.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied divine and multicolored forms. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see, and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything, moving and non-moving, is here, completely in one place.
Yes, so here Krishna is displaying that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he says, My dear Arjuna, O son of Pratap, see now my opulences and my very divine and multicolored forms. And whatever you wish to behold at once in the body of mine, this universal form can show whatever you now desire to see. So you may see in the future, if you want to see whatever you want to see in the future as well. And it's like normally we cannot see Krishna in the universal form. We need to have the divine eyes. So that's so important. So in Brahma Samhita we hear Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shyama Sundaram Achintya Guna Swarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So yeah, it's like we need to have something called as uh, eyes of devotion. Like we need to be completely anointed with Premanjana Churita. It's like you have to have anointed with lot of love for Krishna, only then we'll be able to see Krishna, is what the Brahma Samhita says. So in the same way, Yashoda Maya also was able to see. But here Krishna is saying, you can see now whatever you wish to see, but this was not seen by anybody before, is what Arjuna, Krishna is also claiming. Why, even though he had seen, even though Yashoda Maya had seen, how come Krishna is saying that nobody has seen it before? That's because when Yashoda Mai had seen, she only saw a small gist of it, because Yashoda Maya cannot behold this completely, and that's why he had shown a bit only. And Krishna showed universal form to Yashoda Maya, and also not a complete one, it's a mostly a partial one. So here the most important part is we need to have that divya chakshu, the divya, the divine eyes. But you cannot see me with your present eyes, therefore I give you divine eyes. So to see Krishna, first of all, we need to do devotional service, and also we need to. The most important part is we need to have that, you know, yes. So here we see that we need to have a special glass to see Krishna. And how is it possible that we are not able to see? There are certain things which we have as human beings. One is our senses are defective. Yes, is our senses defective? Do we agree? Is if our senses are defective, or do we have perfect senses? Do we have these four illusions? Like, one, we are illusioned, and second, okay, I can now cheat and get my work done. This is our behavior usually, and we commit mistakes. Do we commit mistakes, or are we perfect? Can one of you raise your hand and say, yes, I'm perfect, I never commit
No, I'm
mistakes?
not perfect.
It's not perfect. The cheating is practically just cheating yourself, because you won't learn anything. So you're not actually cheating, you're just cheating yourself. And that's really bad. And our senses are not perfect at all, because they don't see it, and we're all under a big illusion.
Yes.
And also, when you commit mistakes, it's best to reveal them, because if you keep it a secret, it's going to get worse. And that's also keeping a secret to yourself, because you won't get better from those mistakes.
Okay, I have lowered all your hands. If any one of you thinks that you are perfect, raise your hand. Now raise your hand if you think that you're perfect. Oh, somebody raised their hand. Did they? Let's speak to someone who has raised their hand. Ravi. Ravi feels that he's perfect. Oh, why did you lower your hand, Ravi?
Okay. So we all agree unanimously that we are not perfect. We are illusion. If you see this particular picture, that you have this illusion under that, it's like your eyes just flicker when you see that. So, but in the spiritual world, it's not like that. We don't cheat. It's perfect world. It's very, very, very perfect. So before you go to Krishna's world, we need to meet that perfection, and we have many defects in us, and to begin with, we are illusion, we cheat others. So we should stop cheating. How can we stop cheating? It's in human nature, it's already in our nature. And because we are in that, because of that nature, that we are envious of Krishna, we fell down. So it's already in us, each one of us have it. But how can I just stop cheating? How can I stop committing mistakes? By better consciousness. So by chanting, you can take help of Krishna. That I want to bring myself, I want to elevate my consciousness to a better consciousness by stop cheating. So you have to practice slowly, and you have to be strongly determined. Dridhavrata, you have to be strongly determined that I don't want to cheat others. I want to stay good with everybody. I don't want to cheat others, and I don't want to be committing mistakes. I want to precariously take every step, and I want to be I understand that I have defective senses. That's how we can stop doing it, and we can practice to begin with.
Okay, let's ask someone. Let's ask Nidhi. What do you see in the first picture? Okay.
In the first picture, we see that we have defective senses.
How? How can you
I
see?
didn't understand the picture. I just read the heading that had.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
how
what
do
do you
we
see in the
think?
picture? Yes, Suche. What do you see in the picture? The first picture.
So I see that in the mirror it shows like the apple is full, but when you see it outside the mirror, it the apple is actually eaten in
Yeah.
half.
So our senses are imperfect. Okay. And Darshan, what do you see in the second picture?
I see an illusion.
You see
Like
illusion. What is illusion? I don't know what is illusion.
illusion is like a type of what would I say?
Okay.
It how would I say this? It would like what is hypnotize you into doing into
Yeah.
doing you don't want, or you're illusioned by defectiveness or things like that.
Yes, you see something, but you imagine something else. Correct. So the third one, Mataji already explained how cheating others, and the fourth one, we always commit mistakes. So that's all about. These are the four defects that we have. Please remember this. Yes.
Yes. So when we see in the first picture, we can't see the complete whole, but Krishna, or when we are in the spiritual world, you can see everything clearly. But over here, you see that apple is half eaten. But I can only see from my eyes that it's only half eaten, but I cannot see the entire apple itself. But it's not the same case in the spiritual world. So we're not defective. We're not defective in the spiritual world. For example, during winter, we feel that it's hot. It's hot. I know the hot water is very hot. We feel sorry. Hot water is very good. We feel that in the winters, but the same hot water is not very good in the summers. We feel it's too hot. I just want to take a warm water bath. And when we see light, we can see everything around us. During the sunshine, when there is sunshine on our head, we are able to see things. But when there's darkness, we can't see. So this is an illusion. This is an illusion created into us. For example, when you're into the movie room, you're able to see that the movie is going on. But when the movie is paused, you don't know that the movie is paused. So in the same way, imagine you're one of them in the movie and you stopped, you paused everything. So it's like that. So you're actually in the movie. We are actually in the illusion world. And only with the microscope, we're able to see microbes around us and organisms around us. We're able to see, yes, there is organism around us. This is what we see. Through Microsoft, we are able to see there are microorganisms, but are we able to see Krishna? Are we able to see other living entities? No, we cannot. We need certain devices for us to view them. So our senses are defective. Can one of you read this translation?
Yes, Priya.
Arjuna saw in that universe form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in the universal form.
Yes. So here, what did you understand? If you can just summarize in short.
Okay, let's ask somebody else. Yes, Harshini. What did you understand?
So he's describing the vision that Arjuna gained from looking at Krishna's universal form and describing all the wonderful visions he got in detail. That's what it's saying in the first part of it. The second part.
Yes, that's perfect. Yes, it's perfect. He's seeing the unlimited forms. Anyone else would like to try also?
Yes, Arman.
So I think he's trying to say that the Lord, that when he saw it, it was so I can't find a word to describe. It was so great. It was so
Magnanimous.
yeah.
Yes.
It was splendid. It was splendid.
Yes.
It was bright. It was beautiful. It was nothing like he'd ever seen before, that's for sure.
Yes. So he's seeing a different type of Krishna here. He's no more his friend or guru. He's turned into something so wondrous and brilliant and unlimited. He's all expanded. He is not able to behold in front of him such a celestial form. So he's not able to see everything also. So he's saying if hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once in the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person. We all think that sunshine is so bright, but imagine sunshine is bright, and if you have thousands of suns in front of you, is it possible for you to stand and behold it? It's very difficult. So we should humble ourselves. This shows that Krishna is supreme, and we should humble ourselves to Krishna, and we should not compare ourselves to Krishna, and also rather we should humble ourselves, and this will help us to not compete with Krishna. When we compete with Krishna, we actually fell down to this material world. So we should humble ourselves, and Arjuna is actually humbling himself by looking at this wondrous form. Can one of you read the translation?
Okay.
You can take somebody who's not raised hand also.
Somebody who's not raised hand. Let's ask Revati.
Revati, could you please read this?
Okay, Revati doesn't want to read.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, please read.
Yes, Mataji. Shall I read?
Yes, please.
At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands.
Yes, please continue.
Level point 14 also.
Yes, yes.
Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisance and with the folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord.
Yes, so here you will see that how in the beginning of the chapters, Krishna, that is in the second chapter onwards, he would come up with saying that he starts accepting him as a guru. And then in the 10th chapter, he says that you're the Supreme Lord. In the 10th chapter, he's saying he's Supreme Lord after many realizations. And also here, he's accepting him to be wondrous. So this is called as Bivatsa. It's called wondrous. You're so it's difficult for him to behold. So Arjuna is saying, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the Lord, which is situated, although divided into many thousands. So there are many heads, and they're all divided, and also it's all one together. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on the end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances with folded hands, began to pray to Supreme Lord. So this is a different kind of a prayer. It's not like he's accepting as a guru. He's not accepting him as being wondrous. Rather, sorry, he's not accepting him as a friend. Rather, now he's feeling that he is wondrous. Can one of you read this, please? Devyanshi?
Oh, you unmuted me.
Yes. Devyanshi, please read this.
You unmuted me.
Okay, was that Kavin?
Yeah, you unmuted me.
Yes, please read.
Okay, go ahead. Please read, Kavin.
Arjuna said, "My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine serpents."
Thank you. Who can explain this slide? We'll do a bit of from your end, if you can explain, that would be great. I want all of you to participate so that even the ones who are not raising hands will be asking, so that all of you can participate. Arushi Gupta, please can you unmute?
Do I repeat it?
No, what did you understand by this slide?
What?
What do you understand by this translation?
That Arjuna only sees that he's a very good devotee.
Mm-hmm.
And he only sees that he's like a good person.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. And now let's ask Abhinav.
Yeah. Arjuna.
Sorry, I had to mute because I think there's a background noise coming. Ananya. What do you understand by this slide, Ananya?
Okay.
Okay.
Mahi?
Yeah.
No? Okay, we'll ask someone who is
Anubhuti. Anubhuti.
No, people, we are not testing you. We are trying to
not
give an
testing. We just
opportunity
want
to
you
others
to
as well.
participate. That's it.
We want others
We're
also
not
to
testing.
participate.
This is just to participate. Darshan. Darshan and Bhavesh.
To the washroom. I don't know. I didn't hear what you guys said.
I was asking, what do you understand by this slide?
Oh, by this slide, I can understand that Arjuna truly now believes that Krishna is the all producer. I'd say all producer of everything. Brahma, demigods, Lord Shiva, sages, divine serpents.
Excellent.
Excellent hearing. Yes. Now Arjuna is saying that, my dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body, in your own body, all demigods, all the devatas and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva, and all the sages and divine serpents. So he's seeing everything inside him, in his body. Let's go to the next slide. Who would like to read this? For some time, we will be asking you to do the presentation so that all of you are aware and you're able to participate. Can one of you read the translation?
Yes. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence spreading on all sides like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs.
Yes, thank you. Can you also explain what did you understand by the translations?
Sorry, I was muted, Mataji. So I understood from this slide that Arjuna sees like everything inside Krishna, and like Krishna, he's describing Krishna and how he looks in the Viswarupa.
Yes, thank you very much. So in the Vishwarupa, Krishna is having this unlimited mouths and eyes, and he's expanded everywhere. And his form is actually glaring effulgence. It's spreading across everywhere. We're just reading through all this just for us to know. It's more like a story, this particular chapter, for us to understand only. It's good to know information. That's why. Next, who would like to read?
Yes, Arman.
You're the supreme criminal. You're the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible. You are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the internal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion.
The eternal religion. Okay. Okay, so let's ask Nishala. Nishala, do you want to continue from 11.10?
From 11.19, Prabhu?
Sorry,
Yes.
11.19. Yes.
Okay, Prabhu. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary it's blocked. All the planetary systems are perturbed.
Yes. So here we see that how Arjuna is defining Krishna in various things. He's trying to define it for us. For those who have not seen it, he's trying to define every part of it. He's saying you are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all the universes. You're inexhaustible. What is inexhaustible? I don't know if everybody understands what is inexhaustible.
Let's ask Suche. Okay, he's not able to unmute, I guess. Shrey and Sandeep, do you want to try what is inexhaustible? we know the answer what is exhaustible, right?
Like you can't get tired.
Untired हो बहुत जल्दी.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hear
Can't
from
be
someone else.
not tired.
Okay. Ayush, want to answer? Yes, Ayush.
Yes, like exhaustible, the material world is all exhaustible, which means it has an end, but inexhaustible means it has no end and beginning. Krishna is everywhere and there is no limit to where Krishna can be, but the whole material world, it's specific and it's exhaustible and it's limited. But Krishna is inexhaustible, spiritual, and unlimited.
Eternal, yes.
Eternal and unlimited. Yes, there is no words to define because he's everything. He's maintaining, he's controlling, he's eternal. So this is how we need to understand that it's difficult to understand Krishna, and he's inexhaustible. He's unlimited and he has got numberless arms and sun, moon. He's holding sun and moon. Remember, we saw this before also, that he is sun, he is moon. He said there is eyes. In Virata Rupa, you see this Virata Rupa, in one eye it's moon, and the other eye it's glaring effulgence. They are like the proof. Sun and moon are like the proof. Remember, Krishna is witnessing us from inside. Like that, there are other things. He's watching us. He's watching us committing mistakes. He's watching us being jealous. How is he watching us from within? Through Paramatma. How many hands does Paramatma have?
Suche, how many hands does the Paramatma have?
4.
Four.
Excellent.
Paramatma is four-handed. He's watching us from inside and he is watching from outside. And what are the witnesses? He has sun and moon. Who are the witnesses? They are also watching us. So these are, whenever we are seeing these things, we should remember that it's Krishna. It's Krishna around us. He's able to give us how he is so wondrous. And it's difficult for us to perceive. How is he able to hold sun and moon together? They're just going up and down, and how is it possible? So this is how wondrous Krishna is. And you're burning this entire universe, your own radiance. So Krishna is burning everything also. So everything actually comes and goes back. Even though Krishna is creating, it's coming out of him, and also it's going in. He's consuming everything. Although you're one, you spread throughout the sky. Even though Arjuna could see him in front of him with two-handed form, he's also holding this entire universe, beginning from the lower planets to the topmost planet. He himself is holding all of this. And he's saying that seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. So even all the planets around him were perturbed. Perturbed means they were disturbed by looking at this wondrous form. This is not something that you're able to see on a daily basis. It was only once that Arjuna could see this. Which moon, which suns? There are hundreds of suns in the galaxy. Which sun? There is hundreds of suns. Kavil. Yes, it's difficult for us to understand. There is only one moon and one sun. As per Shastras, as per Vedic knowledge, there is only one sun and one moon. We read in our books and textbooks, that is in our school books, that we have many, many moons and many, many suns. It's not like that. Every particular anda. Remember the other day we saw the Goloka chart. As per the Goloka chart, there is only one moon and one sun according to the creation. So he is the one who's holding this. We can't say which sun, which moon. Next, all the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings, crying, "All peace," are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. So Krishna, apart from showing this to Arjuna during that time, he had also given permission. Remember, Krishna has to be giving permission to us to see this form. We cannot say, I want to see it by myself. Only if Krishna wants to, he will give that power. So when he had shown this Virata Rupa, others also could see this. Whoever could see, those demigods, those of them who got the permission to see this, they were all very afraid of him. They were like, oh my God, like Krishna, what is happening? So they were feeling that wondrous form, that everything is entering into you. It's scary to see that how Krishna is consuming everything inside him. And by looking at this, they were all folding their hands, and all the great sages and the perfected beings were crying, Krishna, please, all peace, all peace. We can't hold this in our eyes. We're not able to see. We've always seen him very, very sweet. His two-handed, very sweet form. But when the devotees of the Lord see this form, they're like, all peace, please. So they were all crying and they were all singing Vedic hymns to please Krishna. So not everybody was able to see also. It's only some of them who he gave permission. All of them started humbled. They were all humbled. We all should also humble ourselves. We all should also humble ourselves. We should not think that Krishna is anybody and everybody. We should humble ourselves and think Krishna is supreme. He's giving this to us to understand this is not possible by any one of us. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, Adityas, Vasus. Remember in the previous chapter we saw, like, I am the Aditya, I am the Vasu. He showed, I am the best of the Aditya, I am the best of the Vasu. He gave the names of those who's the Aditya. And then Sadhyas and Vishwadevas and the Ashwinis and also the Marutas and the forefathers, that is the Pitrus and the Gandharvas and the Yakshas and the asuras who live in the Bhuvar Loka, and the perfected demigods beholding you in wonder. So they're all feeling the wondrous form of Krishna. And O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed by seeing your great form with many faces, arms, and legs, your many terrible teeth, and they are disturbed as am I. So even Arjuna is feeling disturbed, and the rest of them also. Can one of you read the next translation, 24?
Yes. Suche, you want to read?
Yes. Oh, mighty armed
No, the 24.
one,
11.
all the planets with oh, all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouths and your great glowing eyes, my mind is still perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind.
Thank you so much. So he's saying that he's perturbed by fear. So perturbed is like heavily disturbed by fear. And I can no longer maintain the steadiness or equilibrium. So he's not able to see this completely. Even though Krishna has given him the eyes to see, he cannot see. he is not able to behold, he is not able to see this for longer. So we are this very small tiny particle in front of Krishna. We have to understand how is it applicable for me. The learning for me is Krishna is really difficult for us to behold, also for his the way he is holding the universe. We have to humble ourselves. We should just become Arjuna, just saying that we cannot hold this from, I cannot be supreme. None of us can be supreme. None of them can be supreme. It's only Krishna who's holding everything. Can one of you read this, please?
Yes, Om.
Yes, Prabhuji, what is question?
Please,
no,
can you read?
please read.
Yes, all the sons of Dhritarashtra along with their all-eyed kings and Bhishma, Drona, Karna and our chief soldiers also are rushing on into your fearful mouth, and some I see trapped with the heads smashed between your teeth as the many waves of the river flow into the ocean. So do all these great warriors enter blessing on into your mouth.
Thank you. So here we see that Dronacharya and Karna and Bhishma, all of the ones who are there in the Kurukshetra war, all the sons of Dhritarashtra, that's Duryodhana and his brothers, and all the soldiers were rushing into him. So this was something that becomes like a fearful thing to watch. That Arjuna is wondering, how come all of them, all of these who are in the Kurukshetra war are already consumed by Krishna? How is that possible? So he's thinking on his own, and he's saying, as many waves of rivers flow in the ocean, so do all the great warriors enter blazing into your mouth. So Krishna consumes everything. Apart from holding this wondrous form of creation, he's he's in the form of a maintainer. He's holding this wondrous form. He's also consuming. He is also time. He's going to declare that when time comes, all of us are going to be destroyed. So here he is declaring that time I am, Kala Rupa. Please, can you read?
Yes, Shray.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time, I am the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain.
Why is he sparing the Pandavas?
Because it's their job to spread peace and to spread dharma in the world.
And moreover, there's another answer as well. That's a correct answer. There's another answer as well. Sanvi, do you want to try? What's the other answer? Because
they're on Dharma's side.
Dharma side, on the side of Dharma, and also whoever is on the side of Dharma.
Krishna?
Yes, generally who are on the side of Dharma. Okay, let's ask Ananya, who has raised her hand as well.
So Krishna is telling that that he's going to just he's the destroyer of worlds, and he's going to bring pralay to all of the worlds that he has made.
Mm-hmm. But why exception only to Pandavas?
Because the Pandavas, Arjuna is between the Pandavas, and he's the one who will spread the knowledge of Krishna and the Bhagavad Gita and Dharma, basically.
But he could have chosen anybody else. Why the Pandavas? Okay, let's ask Vishweshwar.
Yes.
Okay, why did Krishna choose the Pandavas?
Because Arjuna was his devotee.
Yes, Arman, you want to add something? Arjuna
Yes,
was it?
the Pandavas had faith in Krishna.
Yes, they had faith in Krishna. They had complete faith. They had surrendered to Krishna. Remember, in the when just before the battlefield, both the sides were asked, "What do you want?" And they chose Krishna, and the others chose the entire army. Yeah.
Yes, so these are the pictures. If you see here, if you notice here, everything is getting created and also it's getting destroyed. The bodies, not the souls. We might think that there are many, many souls that are getting created by Krishna. No, the souls remain the same. Souls are eternal. They cannot be cut or created. They're eternally there. It's just bodies that are getting created and also he's consuming. These pictures are actually made by ISKCON. So it's as per Shastras. It's not fake. It's not something that's created by imagination. They're created. The ISKCON pictures, especially, are done by devotees as per the Shastras. So it's getting created and also getting annihilated. So time is the potency of the Lord, which cannot stop, and we cannot pause. Can any one of us pause time? We cannot pause the time. It just keeps running. If we want that, I will just say I want 8 o'clock back in my life. No, we cannot get that back. So it just keeps going on, and all the warriors will be killed eventually. So Krishna is already saying that in the purports. When we reach Srila Prabhupada's purports, we see that he's saying that all the warriors will be killed and they were consumed by the Lord. So here in this place, we see in the picture that everyone's getting consumed. And it's a very sweet thing over here that we hear that Krishna is saying something very nice and very good for us to know also, and we should also practice this. Please, can one of you read the the shloka?
Yes, Nishchala.
Tasmat tvamuttishta yaso labhasva jitva shatrugam kshwarajyam samruddham mayaiva nihatta puram eva nimittamatram bhavasavya.
Thank you very much, Nishala. Anyone else want to try also?
Okay.
Tasmat tvamuttishta yaso labhasva jitva shatrum bhunksva rajyam samadram maya na nihittaha purvameva nimittamatram bhavasavya.
Thank you very much. So the most important part is the one marked in red. He's saying nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. So he's saying, therefore get up, prepare to fight and win the glory, conquer your enemies and enjoy flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Sabyasachi, can be put but an instrument in the fight. So Krishna is saying over here that how Krishna arranges everything already, it is arranged for his devotees. And he wants his devotee to be glorified at all the times. And also all of us have plans. All of us make so many plans, but Krishna has a better plan for us. He knows not only me and you, he knows everything. He knows everything in the nature. He knows why this nature came into existence. Why should this nature be consumed this way? And why is it that as time comes everything gets destroyed? So he knows beginning, end, and everything. But we, that is our human beings, know only know only what's going on in the current times or in the past of my lifetime and what I want in future. But Krishna knows the supreme reason why we are all over here. So if you want to be a part of the reason why, if we are a part of the reason why he is created, it's easy for us to go back to Godhead. How do we go back to Godhead? Can one of you say, how do we go back to Godhead?
Yes, Ayush.
You go back to Godhead through full worship of Krishna and complete surrender, and you have to do one of the 9 types of it, and you have to devote yourself to the yoga of the current yuga. Like right now, we need to devote to bhakti yoga. And can I chant once?
Yes, let us all chant once. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Yes, we practice devotional service and we begin devotional service by chanting Krishna's names. How many of us have started to chant after starting the class? How many of us are chanting?
Mataji are muted.
Haribol. So I can see all of us are chanting. That's amazing. Thank you very much. This is the beginning of devotional service. So when we begin devotional service, we begin with chanting, and also we can do many services like we were requesting before. What are the types of 9 types of devotional service? 9 types of devotional service. Navavida Bhakti. Remember we had posted Navavida Bhakti. Can you
Yes,
can give one
Kavit.
of them each?
Yes,
I
Kavit.
remember them.
Hearing. Yes, Parimal.
Shravanam, Shravanam, hearing, and
Kirtanam, which is speaking. Smaranam.
Chanting,
Remembering.
and then also friendship.
Friendship. Yeah.
Who knows the shloka? Who knows the shloka? For all the
I know the shloka, Prabhuji.
I don't know the shloka, but
yes, I think someone wanted to recite the shloka.
Nishala knows the
Nishala
shloka.
knows the shloka.
Yes, Prabhu, I know the shloka. The shloka is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmani Vedanam.
Yes,
Hari
that's the
Bol,
Hari Bol.
yes. So Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. So you need to listen to the glories of Krishna, chant the glories of Krishna, and you have to do Vandanam, you have to do Dasyam, you have to become the servant of Krishna. So by practicing, you don't have to practice all of them. You can practice in a very small way, whichever you think is the easiest. Just chant when you're going out to play, just chant whenever you're at home while eating. You can do it anywhere. It's easy to chant, and you want every time you're doing some work and every time you begin some work, what are the beginning of the work? I wake up in the morning, I just go bow down to Krishna. Krishna Arpanamastu, my day is dedicated to you. And in the night when you come back to sleep, Krishna Arpanamastu, just bow down and say, Krishna, my day is dedicated to you. My time is dedicated to you. So this is how we pray to Krishna. And what are the other ways? I cook in whichever way, form, whichever, whatever small thing that you can cook. You cook and offer it to Krishna, and offer water. Simplest, you don't even have to cook. Just pick a glass of clean water with a clean glass and offer it to Krishna, and say, and offer it with tulsi leaf on it, and say, Krishna, I want to be, I want to feel you, I want to experience you all the time. Please, I'm offering this with so much love. Please take this. Please accept this. And Krishna is only seeing your love. So here, what is he saying? He's saying, Tasmat Tvam Uttishta Yasho Labdvasa, the last line, that is Nimitta Matram Bhava Sabya Sachin. So he's saying, become my instrument. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory, conquer your enemies, and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Sabyasachi, can be an instrument in the fight. So all we need to do is submit ourselves to Krishna. Submit ourselves to Krishna, and automatically Krishna will make arrangements as to what exactly is the best plan for all of us. We don't have to make plans. Our plans can never be successful. Our plans can become successful if it is in line with the nature. So I just say, you tell me what exactly I should do. And this cannot come immediately. We need to make it possible by practicing every day. So, plan of the Lord and his devotees, so Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in the battle. So here we need to understand by the picture that how devotees of the Lord are the winners. It's not the ones, it's how we are submissively submitting ourselves to Krishna. That is the most successful thing. When we are doing that, we are able to experience the Lord. So Krishna is glorifying devotees over here, that you become, Krishna wants to glorify his devotees and he makes all arrangements. He doesn't want to take any credit. And Arjuna, after hearing this, immediately offers prayers. Can one of you read this, please?
Yes, Chetan, you do want to read?
Yes, please. Sanjana said, Dharishtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjun offered uh, obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke of Lord Krishna in a flattering voice as follows.
Thank you. So here we no more have, we are getting a different kind of a conclusion over here. So Sanjaya is now saying to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words, Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances and folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke with faltering voice. He's faltering. He's not able to speak properly also because of this effulgence, the huge effulgence and the Kala Rupa. Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. So we can't see ourselves properly, and Krishna is able to see everyone. And when Arjuna saw this, he was seeing how what we are doing is inappropriate. He's saying that everything and you're respectful. We have to, how whoever has taken homage unto you is able to understand, but the rest of them, that is the demons, cannot understand. Can one of you read this, please?
Yes, Shrey and Sanvi.
Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in the madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. Oh, infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses.
Thank you. So how do you think Krishna is related now? How is Arjuna addressing Krishna now after seeing his wondrous form? There is many changes that Arjuna is able to relate to Krishna differently.
Yes, Shriya and Aditya, do you want to try? How is he addressing now? How Arjuna is addressing now?
Prabhuji, we have also discussed this question before, and Krishna now talks to Arjuna like a friend, like he had always been talking to Arjuna like a friend, and we surrender to him upon seeing his greatness. But here, sweetness of Krishna is reflected.
Yes, but why is Arjuna begging for forgiveness?
Because he did not know such a glorious form of Krishna before.
Yes, he did not even know that he was the Supreme Lord. He never knew that. He always knew that he's the Supreme Lord, but he did not know that he was like his glorious form.
Yeah, so he now remembers that during his times he was actually, in madness or love, he had actually dishonored many times, and they had relaxed on the same bed. And when he did all this, imagine that Supreme Lord, and they were actually playing in the same bed. You feel so difficult to fathom that how did I do all of this? He is so perfect. He's infallible. He's Achyuta, and I have played with him. How is that? He's so merciful. Even after being so supreme, he's been so nice to me. That's how he's getting humbled over here. His humbleness is becoming more and more, and he's submitting, and he's saying that, Krishna, I'm so sorry that I did all of this. He's begging for forgiveness. now Arjuna is sweetly addressing and he is saying, I want to see something else. Can one of you read this, please?
Yes, Shri, go ahead.
After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe.
Thank you. So now he wants to see his four-handed form. He wants him to be going back to his four-handed form because he's no more able to hold this, and he wants to see the sweetness of Krishna. Can one of you read this, please?
Yes, Sashwat.
I'm gonna take another 5 more minutes and we're done. Please wait.
O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine, for neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can be seen in this world, in the material world.
Thank you. So here Arjuna is getting to see this form not by doing penances or not by doing any kind of great activities. All he had to do is devotional service. What is that? He accepted him as a guru and he submitted that he is the most supreme. So all we need to do is just show that love towards Krishna. The Krishna prema is the supreme, that we are accepting him and we need to see our relationship with him. For example, when you see someone, you become their friend, and when you become their friend, automatically they will start revealing themselves. Like that, we have to accept Krishna. And if you see over here, we are actually seeing the Vaikuntha form of Krishna, the four-handed Krishna's form. So the significance over here is Arjuna is requesting the Vaikuntha form of Krishna, and we cannot see this easily. It cannot be seen. It is very, very difficult to see this. There are many, many people who are doing penances to see this, but only by devotional service, just by performing devotional service, we can see the sweet Krishna four-handed form. And now we are going to get even a sweeter form than that. Can one of you please read?
Yes, Suchi.
Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna having spoken first to Arjuna, displayed his real four-handed form and at last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. I think there's a network issue. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-handed form and at last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. So here, what does Krishna hold in the four-handed form? You see in the picture, there's something that he's holding. What is he holding in four-handed form? What does Krishna have in four-handed form? Arman.
He has a chakra, he has a club or a gada, he has a lotus flower and a conch.
Perfect. So in four-handed form, Krishna has Shankha, Chakra, Gadha, Padma. So these are his four-handed form, and when he comes back to his two-handed form, he is really sweet. He is he can be achieved only through devotional service, and also this four-handed form is turning into two-handed form of Krishna, which is any one of us have this. Any one of us look like a human two-handed form, and Krishna also is a two-handed form. So actually, what happens is when we see Krishna in two-handed form, many people think that he is ordinary person. He is any one of us. And when they see the four-handed form, they think that it's actually a greatness of Krishna. He's much greater than we are. But actually, he is a two-handed form. His original personality is two-handed form. He's finally showing his two-handed form. because he is the sweet two-handed form alone. That is the Shyama Sundara form. Shama Sundara form is two-handed form. We always we always have a misconception that probably the original personality is the four-handed form, which is Vishnu. But actually, the Vaikuntha planets, everyone is having four-handed forms. Remember, we saw the Goloka chart. All the 400 forms are in Vaikuntha planets, and above Vaikuntha planets are Goloka Vrindavana. And in Goloka Vrindavana, everyone's like the human form of 200 form, and that's the supreme form. So here he's saying in Bhagavad Gita itself, we see that Krishna, having spoken thus, Arjuna displayed his real four-armed form and at last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. And when Arjuna saw thus Krishna in his original form, he said, "O Janardana, seeing this," okay, actually, there was something that we missed over here. Um, yes. So here, when Arjuna was seeing Krishna, Arjuna was like so feeling wondrous, and he calls, "Oh Krishna, oh Yadava, oh my friend." So he's representing or presenting him to be, "Oh Krishna, oh Yadava, oh friend." So he's calling him with wonder. Sorry, I wanted to just mention that part because it's very important that Arjuna is humbled himself, and now he's going back over here that when he saw the two-handed form, he's feeling it's so sweet. It's the most sweetest form is what Krishna is also declaring. He's saying when Arjuna saw Krishna in his original form, he said, "Oh Janardana, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, I'm now composed in mind and I'm restored to my original nature." So a devotee usually wants to be reciprocating love in the two-handed form. Usually a devotee will not be very impressed with the he's not impressed with the many heads. We might think, wow, Virata Rupa might be so adventurous, it's so exciting to know. But actually, devotees want to be reciprocating love in the two-handed form. This is what we need to understand by Arjuna's experience. Arjuna is telling his experiences for us so that we should be able to understand how we might experience it differently. And Lord Krishna appears eternally in two-handed form, where there are things like Lord is eternally 200 form in Shama Sundara form, and he is Saumyam, not like the Virata Rupa, which is so wondrous and Vibharta. It is very difficult to hold, and also Swami, when every part of his body is perfect, is what we need to understand. How is every part of his body perfect? Every part of his body is so perfect because he has a perfect eyes, perfect nose, perfect hands, perfect palms. So his every part of the body is though he is two-handed form, he cannot be one of us. He's perfect. He's the perfect person, and he's very difficult to see. And he says the only way that we can see Krishna is the way Arjuna humbled himself and submitted himself is by devotional service, that is bhakti yoga. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, this form is mine. You are now seeing is um, is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form." So even though we think that we think that the wondrous form is very difficult to see, actually Krishna's two-handed form is even more sudurlabha. It's even more rarest to see, because many demigods also are performing austerities to see the two-handed form because it's the sweetest of the forms. And only by Ananya Bhakti. Can one of you read this, chant this shloka, please?
Yes, Darshan.
Sanvi? Yeah. Yes. Go ahead, Darshan.
Bhaktyatvi ananya yaya satya ahamevam vidorjuna jnatum drashtum cha tatvena pravestum cha parantapa.
Thank you very much. So here he's saying, "My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood. As I am standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. So, two-handed form is the most rarest. We don't have to be longing or feeling that I want to see the Virata Rupa, or have you seen many of them? They go ahead and pray the many heads Krishna in their houses. You have seen the picture of many heads Krishna. That is not the most sweetest form. The most saumyam, the nice and the sweetest form of Krishna, and the devotees, the one which devotees would love to see, is the two-handed form, where the essence of Bhagavad Gita is we need to have unalloyed bhakti. Unalloyed bhakti is, alloy is gold. Gold before purification, it's different, but when we purify, it becomes unalloyed gold. So we need to have unalloyed bhakti. Our bhakti should be pure, and we should do the japamala. That's how we can reciprocate to Krishna and serve Krishna with all our hearts. And I don't want anything from him. I just want only Krishna prema. That's what we need to pray for, and Krishna will be automatically providing everything that we require. And we should think Krishna favorably. Even demons think of Krishna all the time. Remember, Kamsa used to think of Krishna all the time, but in a inappropriate manner. Darshana, read this.
मत्कर्म कृन् मत्परमो मद्भक्तः सङ्गवर्जितः निर्वैरः सर्वभूतेषु यः स माम् एति पाण्डवा.
Thank you, Darshana. Only pure devotional service, my dear Arjuna, who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculations, he who works for me and his life, who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. So this is the essence of the essence. It's saying that essence of Bhagavad Gita is the one who engages in my pure devotional service. Remember, Ayush explained all the 9 process of devotional service, and also we had somebody else also who complemented the 9 devotional process of devotional service, and also free from contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation. Free from fruitive activities. What is fruitive activities? For example, I write exam. When I write exam, I get marks, and I think that I am the one who's receiving these marks. But we don't see Krishna's hand in it. We should see Krishna's hand, that Krishna is the one who's doing. He is the one who's giving me buddhi. He's the one who's giving me buddhi to write exam. Dadami buddhi yogam. He's the one who's giving me buddhi. So when you think that you're the doer, you become fruitive. When you think Krishna is the doer, you give away the results to Krishna. Mental speculation. You're thinking, no, I think I want to see Virata Rupa. That's not correct, because Krishna might not be correct over here. Actually, Virata Rupa is the one that is supreme. So this is mental speculation. We understood half the things and we don't understand properly. This is not how we need to understand. And he works for me, who makes me the supreme goal. So we need to make Krishna the supreme goal, thinking we know little, but Krishna knows everything, who is friendly to every living entity, and he certainly comes to me. Just to summarize, can one of you read this? Maybe only the English part of it is enough.
Yes, Arman.
So read all the summary.
Yes, please.
Only the in black, not the
one in red. Yeah.
So 11. Arjuna requests Krishna to show his universal form. 11.1 to 4. Lord Krishna describes his universal form. 11.5 to 8. Arjuna's vision of the universal form. 11.9 to 11 to 14. Arjuna's experience of the universal form. 11.15 to 31. Krishna's reply. 11.32 to 34. Arjuna's prayers. 11.35 to 46. Pure bhakti needed to see Krishna. 11.47 to 55.
Thank you very much. So we saw in the first section that Arjuna is requesting, and in the next section he's describing the universal form, and then Arjuna gets the vision, and then Arjuna experiences the universal form, and then Krishna replies that he's also Kalosmi, that is, he's the one who's consuming everything. And then Arjuna prays, please come back to your Saumyam, the normal form, and then pure bhakti is the only way that we can attain Krishna. This is what we learned today. Let us all chant for ourselves that we learned the 11th chapter. All of you can unmute and chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
We have one last picture that I would like to explain. Here we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we have Advaita Acharya. What happened is that just 500 years ago, not long ago, not 5,000 years ago, just 500 years ago, we had Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is incarnated, he is Krishna himself, who came in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and Advaita Acharya had seen this universal form that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also had displayed. So we had Krishna who showed the wondrous form, and also when somebody had asked, okay, in Bhagavad Gita it's written that whoever is the Lord will be able to show the Vishwarupa. If we don't show the Vishwarupa, it's not that they are God, because we have so many Mithyacharis. They'll say, I am the God. I am the one who is some of the gurus, they that I'm God, and they will say, yeah, I'm the one who is creating everything. But if someone declares that in a just to be very on a lighter side, that can you show the universal form? If you're Krishna, if you're the supreme, they should be able to they should be able to show the supreme form. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he incarnated some time ago in 500 years ago, he had shown Vishwarupa also. Here is that picture. Thank you very much, everyone.